Hi, I'm Kate, and this is She Geek. DC Universe Online has been a very long time in the making. I remember there was a kid who used to come to the GameStop that I worked at in like 2004. He would come in every single week asking the same question: do you know when DC Universe Online is coming out? And I would say, nope. I think they've pushed it back a little bit. They're not sure when they're going to release that. That was 7 years ago. A lot of the reviewers have had very few good things to say, and most of the reviews have rung pretty negative. I actually think that I have some good things to say about it, so I want to talk about the shining silver lining of the DCUO cloud. So the most important thing, the coolest thing about playing DCUO is to be involved in the actual DC universe. Was super duper fun. And frankly, if that's not something that excites you, if you're not excited about flying through Metropolis and seeing all of the amazing skylines and everything, and taking your quests from Superman or Batman or the Joker, and mentoring under them, if that doesn't give you a little tickle of thrill, then I don't think that you're going to find anything redeemable about this game, because that's by far the coolest part. But that's saying a lot. I mean, I can't say that I would ever complain about a game where I was in an MMO taking quests from Batman. Like, that just seems like a surefire winner. One thing that can make or break an MMORPG for me is character customization, the character creation process at the beginning of the game. DCUO has a very nice one. It's not as customizable or as daunting as like City of Heroes is, for instance. There's not as many options, but they are laid out really well, and there's still a lot to pick from. And you can make your character look just about any way you want to. And the graphics are, of course, way better than City of Heroes because it's released in 2011. So that's actually a huge boon for me. I was able to make my character look super duper awesome really easily, and I had a good time with that. Actually, the only complaint I have about character customization is that you can't mix and match your abilities in your mentor. So, for instance, you can't have genetic superpowers like Superman, but still be mentoring under Batman, which was the ideal for me. But I guess that's just greedy. I played DCUO on PC at E3 and then on PS3 when I was at home. And I found the experience to be a lot easier on PS3. Mostly because the way that the controls are mapped, it feels much more like an action game than it does your traditional MMORPG where you're using your mouse to kind of direct yourself and click on objects. Instead, left and right click on the PC are bound to actual like fight moves. So it plays a lot more like, say, if you've played Just Cause 2, the way that your left and right buttons are bound to attacks. That's kind of what it feels like, rather than World of Warcraft where it's a selection kind of thing. Anyway, so I don't think the DCUO is unplayable. I am not sure I can recommend it for a subscription fee as it is right now. I believe the box copy of DCUO comes with a month of free game time. So even if you buy it and only play it for a month and you don't go beyond that, I'd say you still get about the same dollar for dollar value that you would from, say, Mass Effect 2, where you can play through it for a month and feel like you really got through the whole game, maybe even more than one time. So yeah, I mean, if you're curious about it, I think it's worth a purchase. That's all I'm saying. So, in other news, Sony's sequel to the PSP, they're calling the Next Gen Portable, I believe, at this point, was just announced this week to great fanfare. It's actually kind of a big deal. It sounds like kind of a little monster. I don't know, if you haven't read the specs on it, I go check it out. I know there's a quad-core processor, it's got a multi-touch screen, it's got 3G on some models. It sounds like if you squished an iPhone into a PS3 controller and then mushed them together and then played with it. I know that you can play PS3 games on it. The screen's supposed to be absolutely incredible, and I'm sure it will come at a hefty price. They haven't announced it as yet. That's my show. Today is Tuesday, February 1st of 2011. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think, tell me about PopGalaxy. And come follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, all that good stuff. I'm super glad to be back. I'll see you next week.